First lap for Brennan Hubbard in the books. Gonna have to see what speed that is. First car to hit the track. Looking good for Viking Racing. You can see the qualifying order on the left. That is the order at which they'll come out. So first lap. First lap, a blistering 242.686. It's pretty good. We're going to have to see where that holds up. And then the second lap, faster. And that speed is going to be a 242.991. Obviously, that's going to take him straight to the top because no one else has gone out. But up next will be Callum Ilott for 18 aggressive Bs. So good opening lap for B-Hub as Callum Ilott now will go out. First lap at speed. 18 aggressive Bs. This is their first qualifying effort. Now colored in the nationwide colors. Gonna have to see where this first lap takes them. And that's faster than both of Hubbard's laps. 244.035. There's a 244.035. Currently a lot faster. Let's see what the second lap has in store. Gonna come to the line. A 244.954. Pretty darn fast. And we'll take Callum Ilott immediately to the top. There we go. Much faster. Up next, we're gonna go to Marcus Armstrong in the Sillyman Racing car. Brand new entry. Newly colored in sponsor colors. Through 3 and 4 to the line. Let's see where it goes. Oh, and it's even better. 245.176. Already to the top. Now through 3 and 4 to the line. Let's see if he can finish strong. Just barely better on that second lap. Not as much as of an improvement as some of these other guys. Doesn't matter. He is going to go P1 already. So Armstrong going to go to the top with a 245.182. Getting faster with each car. Let's go back to Viking Racing. Currently B-Hub sits third. But Guy Gagne in the 90 now out on track. 3 and 4. Here he comes to the line. Let's see how fast it is. Looks pretty good. 244.565. Currently sits P2. That is faster than Armstrong's lap. 245.544. And that is going to take him just shy of P1. It's going to take him to P2 with 245.055. So Guy Gagne goes P2. Now we go to Dorian Pin in BO3. Fast in testing. But not quite fast at Texas. Or sorry, Charlotte testing. Where teammate Shane Van Gisbergen went P1. Gonna have to see what she has here today. Oh, and it looks fast immediately. 245.499. That is fastest. This could be a good one. Through the dog leg. Even faster. 245.812. No doubt P1 by a good margin too. So Pin to the top. We expected her to be good, just didn't know if she's going to be that good, but looks good. So now to your entries from the previous season. Yuki Tsunoda going to be the first one. Slowest in Charlotte testing, so a lot he's going to have to try to prove today. Through 3 and 4. He's going to come to the line. Not that quick, 243.572. Currently puts him ahead of Hubbard, but below Ilott, so P5 right now. Lap 2 should be faster. Oh, and it's a lot faster. 245.577. Don't know why he seemed to struggle to get up to pace on that first lap. And is going to go just ahead of Ilott. So P4. So Yuki Tsunoda sets an average of 244.575. And will sit P4. Up next, teammate Miles Rowe going immediately after. Let's see if he can out-qualify his teammate. Seemed fairly average in testing, but maybe he has some speed today. Gonna go through 3 and 4. Give a line, first time by. Oh, not that fast. That is going to be an first lap average of 242.185. Currently in the back. See if the second lap is faster. It is faster. 244.344. Gonna put him above Hubbard, but below Ilott, so P6 on the timing tower. That's where Rowe is gonna go. Now let's take a look at Benjamin Peterson. First of the Banshees of Little Miami cars. Looked good at the Charlotte Oval. Let's see what speed he's carrying. Through 3 and 4. Give a line, first lap. Not too bad, 243.311. Or 331. See what he's got on the second lap. A lot better. 246. That is blisteringly fast. 246.789. But yet that first lap just not fast enough. That'll only put him P3. Just a little bit faster than Gagne. First third of the field has gone. That's where Peterson's going to go, P3. Just a tick faster than Guy Gagne. First 8 cars, that's where they stack up. Up next, legend of the series, Gale Barnhart. New team, Silly Men Racing. Sponsored by Fanatec in the black, yellow, and white car. Let's see what he's got. Through 3 and 4. Gonna come to the line. Not the fastest first lap, 242.511. Not very quick. Let's see if he can carry the speed on his second lap. A lot better. Just not good enough. 245.232. Let's see where that puts him. That will put him below Ilott and ahead of Miles Rowe. So not the most blisteringly performance. I don't think blisteringly is a word. I just made it up. $243.872. Gonna put him in P7 right now. Up next, also kind of struggled to find some pace on the Charlotte Oval. The first of the Lohr brothers, it's Robbie Lohr. go 3 and 4, first of the Team Eggs, sponsored by Logitech. That's a pretty solid first lap. That matches Barnhart's second, just a little bit slower, 2:44.998. Good pace. Gonna put him P5 currently. Let's see if he can go faster. Oh, first one to actually go slower on the second lap. Still gonna keep him P5, but maybe want a little bit more out of that. Really seeing a big variety of where these cars are going. See some big improvements, you see no improvements, and you even see some cars going slower on that second lap, which I'm kind of surprised. I don't think that would be something that we would see. P5. Up next, another one of your rookies, but 07 of Catherine Legg. As the first 10 cars have qualified, let's see where Catherine Legg's gonna go. First lap, not too bad. Could be a little bit faster, 2:44.300. That's gonna put her P8 right now. Gonna need a big improvement on the second lap. That's better. As a 2:45.577. That is gonna put her P5, immediately bumps Robbie out of the top 5. But a good start. Two 44.939 average. Not too bad. Up next, Ethan Martin in 95. Did not get sponsored. But in that bright Lightning McQueen themed car. See where he's going to be able to put it. Cuts down the track into 3 and 4. See if he can carry the momentum off the corner. Not the fastest first lap. Big lift, I heard, going into 1 and 2. 2:43.068 first lap. It's only going to be enough for P11 right now. Lap 2, going to need a big improvement. Oh, that is not fast. 2:41.860. Don't know what happened there, but he's going to go much slower, and he's going to be P12. Yeah, not sure why. I did hear that big checkup going into 1 and 2, so maybe had to back out of it just slightly. That's where you can kind of see some issues with the car, or maybe just lack of driver confidence. This is only Martz's second season. A brand new team. Well, not brand new team, but new team for him. As the first half are done, let's go to the second half. Lindsey Brewer won at Indy last season. very good on the ovals. See if she can do something big today. Move a tri-oval. Oh, that is not a good first lap. 242.185. So currently tracking 13th. Through the tri-oval. Faster, but not enough of an improvement. 242.882. Could be enough to beat out Martz, but still gonna be down on the timing tower. The Mart's gonna drop to 13th. Brewer just gonna jump up to 12th, not as fast as teammate Peterson. Up next, finally got his first win last season. Mahavir Raghunathan. Teammate Ethan Martz currently last on the timing tower. So that is kind of a big checkup I heard going into 1 and 2. Interesting. He's qualified well here at Texas before, back in Season 1, qualified 3rd. One of his best qualifying performances to date. Does he have it this time? No. Oof, that is not good. 241.308. Givity Sigma Racing not off to the fastest start here in Texas. And it's even slower. That's going to be last place for now. 240.964 average, just barely above 241. He really wanted to beat Facilimen racing cars to prove his worth, but right now that is not a good performance. Going to be currently at the back. Up next, also got his first win last season, been here since Season 1. Stingray Rob. The Magenta Trees bringing him back for a 4th consecutive season. Sponsored by K1 Speed. No longer sponsored by Brandt. See what he's got. He's opened seasons well, so I wouldn't be shocked if he starts this season well. Not the greatest first lap. Actually, that's pretty solid compared to what we've just seen. That's going to put him P9 currently, so not tracking for pole, just tracking about average-ish. You still got some heavy hitters coming up soon, so you want to set yourself up well now. Faster, but not the biggest improvement. 244.798 on the second lap. That is going to put him just behind Tsunoda, so P8 for Stingray. They are blowing up my Discord messages. People going wild. Definitely not anything else. Just behind Yuki Tsunoda will be Stingray. Not a bad effort. 244.571 nestled right between Ilott and Tsunoda. Up next, it's gonna be his teammate actually. In the double zero, it's Globler Lore, second of the Lore brothers. See if he can beat his brother, who sits P6 on the time tower. And his teammate, Stingray Rob, P8, reunited with the Magenta Trees after a season at Masters of Motors. We know he's a good super speedway qualifier. 3 poles with the magenta trees on ovals back in season 2. Could be good. Oh, that's not the greatest first lap. 2:42.337. It's actually gonna put him P15 right now. Gonna need a much faster second lap to try to go up. That is a much better, faster lap actually. 2:45.711. So first lap maybe just a weird oddity. That is going to hamper his success. He is going to go P10 just behind Callum Ilott, just ahead of Gale Barnhart. So out-qualified by Stingray. Will have an average of 2:44.024. Up next, another one of your rookies, David Malukas. Had a tumultuous test at Charlotte. Found some speed in it. Currently teammate Catherine Legg up in P5. Let's see what he has in it. Through 3 and 4. Pretty solid first lap. 2:44.543. That currently pits him P9. Let's see if he can go faster on the second lap. And it is faster. 2:46.193. That's pretty darn good. And that is going to shoot him well up the timing tower. That is going to put him P2. So amazing job for Malukas. That green 25. Having to readjust all the numbers because that was a pretty big effort. David Malukas, 2:45.368. Very good. Next up, Jacob Abel in the 75. Another one of your rookies, second to last of the rookies. Up next, Connor Zilich will be the final one. Let's see what the 75 has in store. D-Meg's teammate Robbie currently sits P7. Not a bad first lap. Gonna open us up with a 2:44.432. Gonna sit P11 right now out of 3 and 4. Gonna hit the line. Faster, not much faster though. 2:45.343. This one, pretty solid. That's gonna go right behind Catherine Legg in P7. Will just barely out qualify teammate Robbie. Good effort of a rookie. up to P7. I don't know why I'm typing the wrong name. 244.888. Up next, final rookie in this qualifying, Connor Zilic. Both teammates have already gone. Guy Gagne sits P5. Brendan Hubbard all the way down in 15. Let's see if he has anything special. Through 3 and 4. He's looked fast in both of the testings, so I expect this to be good. And it's pretty solid to start us off. 244.909. That is so strong. That is going to put us P7. Just faster than Jacob Abel, who just went. Second lap. 21.957. That is really good. 245.935. Guess what? That is going to move him all the way up to second. Just a little bit slower than Dorian Pin, who sits strong on top of the timing tower. As you can see, as we're moving down the timing tower, or the order, you're starting to see these cars going faster and faster on average. Dorian Pin, however, I think only the fourth or fifth car to go. It sets a strong precedent early on. So 245.422. Gonna put Connor Zilic in P2. And then up next, won the opening race last season after getting the pole. It's Chet Jordan. Let's see what he has in this Silly Men racing car. Barnhart not as strong, down in 14th. But teammate Marcus Armstrong showing pace up in P4. See what he has. Oh. Yikes. Don't know what happened there. That's a 241.018. Gonna need a much faster second lap. But that is a rough start. Much faster. That is a big improvement. But too little, too late. 245.767. That is a massive jump. That is only going to be good enough to put him just behind his teammate Barnhart in 15th. Sometimes getting up to speed is the hard part. I don't know if he just wasn't ready, but that's kind of an odd thing to see out of this driver who we really attribute as one of the best oval racers. Two 43.393. Up next, 64 of Ryan Preece. Back here for a third season. Season 2 champion. Teammates both look pretty solid. Jacob Abel P8, Robbie P9, so Team Eggs not looking too bad. Would like to go to the top. Let's see what Ryan Preece has. First lap, and that's big. That is a big first lap. Already coming out, guns blazing with a 245.644. That is in contention. That is the best first lap that we've seen. And currently just a little bit off pole, needs a little bit more speed, and that is gonna do it. Ryan Preece goes to the top, 246.846. First driver to get an average above 246. Dorian Pin finally usurped at the top of the timing tower. No boy, I have a lot of adjustments to do on the leaderboard. Much faster than both teammates. But all in all, looks like a solid day from the team. Good outing. I'll be looking at Ryan Preece as one of your championship contenders this season, just knowing the pace that he has. Testing was not the strongest, had a lot of errors on the road course. Looked better on the oval, but still just a little too much danger, but showing off some strong speed early on. 3 cars left. Up next, it's Alessio Deletta, a driver that shocked us last season, especially in the second half of the season when he went on a tear, finished 3rd in the championship. So far, teammates all over the field. Peterson sits 6th, and Brewer all the way down to 19th. So we're going to have to see where Alessio Deletta goes. Not the fastest first lap, however. Can still get a big improvement, but it doesn't look like it's in it for pole. 243.935 first lap. That's going to put him P15 currently. Second lap, much better. That is going to be a 245.991 second lap. It's going to go near the top. Going to go right behind Gagne in P8. So a solid outing for that team. Cannot crack the 245 average. They'll bump Robbie out of the top 10, so not all Team Egg's cars going to make it into the top 10. Solid P8. That'd be exactly 1 row behind his teammate currently, but we have the 2 heaviest hitters coming up next. Shane Van Gisbergen, fastest on the Charlotte Oval testing, and then Louis Foster, faster on the Roval. So Swindlers of the Immortals, they've already got a car up in P2. Shane Van Gisbergen, newly colored car with the Thrustmaster colors. Into 3 and 4. Here he comes to the line. Let's see where it is. Pretty solid first lap. 245.076. Gonna need a big improvement to try to get the pole. We know he's fast. He's qualified on pole here before. And it's faster. Let's see where it goes. 246.260. That is going to put him into P2, just faster than his teammate Dorian Pin. Not enough for pole. Ryan Priest gonna hold on at the top. Strong for Swindlers of the Immortals, and they still have one car on deck. Louis Foster going to be last one to qualify. Same entry as Liam Lawson last season, who won the championship. So that is why he is going last. Few surprises in the field, but generally looking about where we expected to see some of these guys. As Shane Van Gisbergen, first oval in a long time. Show him that he knows how to get it done. So the two previous champions that won two. Louis Foster in his first full-time season. Gonna be the last car in the next level, number 11, Swindlers of the Immortals car. Down the backstretch, and now into 3 and 4. Excited to see where this will end up. It looks pretty solid first lap. Nearly matching Shane Van Gisbergen. Currently on the timing tower, 244.787. That's actually going to be P13 right now. Going to need a big improvement. And that's a pretty good improvement. And a 245.935. And I think it is only fitting to put him up there with his teammates, but not as fast. He's going to go just behind David Malukas for P6. So that does mean Ryan Priest is going to be on pole here at Texas. A good effort from Swindlers of the Immortals. All cars in the top 10. But yet it is Ryan Priest who stands on business and will get the very first pole of the season. He has a lot of poles, but the problem is he hasn't converted many of them into wins. Only 2 wins to his name. So now, let's take a look at your final results. Ryan Priest going to be going fastest today with a 246.245. Look at that gap over Shane Van Gisbergen. 6/10 faster. If that is not a declaration of something, I don't know what is. Shane Van Gisbergen gonna be on his outside. Can't wait to see if the two Titans on the front row, 2 of your champions. Dorian Pin gonna be right behind her teammate Shane Van Gisbergen in P3. Then Connor Zilich, highest qualifying rookie, up in P4. David Malukas gonna be just behind him as the other rookie, P5. Louis Foster, slowest of his teammates, but still a hell of a performance. Gonna qualify P6. Marcus Armstrong, standout performance from Silly Men Racing, will qualify P7. Benjamin Peterson, the fastest of his team, in P8. Guy Gagne going to be comfortably in P9, and then Alessio Deletta will round out your top 10 in row 5. Catherine Legg going to start on 11th, with Jacob Abel going to be on her outside in P12, so a double rookie row for row 6. Row 7, we'll have Robbie Lohr and Yuki Sonoda. Row 8, going to have Stingray Rob, and then brand new team Callum Ilott, 18 Aggressive B, is going to qualify 16th on their debut. Lubler, a little bit of a disappointing start for him. He's going to start back at 17th, and then Gail Barnhart, P18, not exactly what he wanted. Definitely not what Chet Jordan wanted, all the way back in 19th, with Miles Rowe down in 20th. And then your last two rows, row 11, Brennan Hubbard, just shy of 243 miles per hour, going to have Lindsey Brewer on his outside. Then the final row going to be occupied by both Skibbity Sigma cars, Ethan Martz and Mahavir Raghunathan, 23rd and 24th respectively. So that is qualifying from Texas. Ryan Priest going to have his sixth pole of his career in open wheel offline in the open wheel offline league. This is actually going to be his first since all the way back at the Indy Oval. So last season for the Indy 300, which I guess makes sense because he knows how to qualify on these ovals, it seems. So race tomorrow, going to be 150 miles, 100 laps. Uh, I can't wait to see you guys all there. I'm excited for this new season. And yeah.